We are back, and this is going to be the final game for this evening. I'm Chamberlain, joined again by Winter, and it is Bleak versus Granny's Knockers to close it out. You fancying something a bit more exciting to finish it off? Do you think?
Um.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that is
Yes.
yes.
It's
That's a
gonna be
yes.
such a great game, guys. Bleak is our #1 seed going in,
Mhm.
since we've seen them play earlier as well, absolutely dominating the second seed. So they're playing against Granny Knockers.
Yep.
We just saw take a 13-7,
13-7. 13-7. Yeah,
13-7
yeah.
win over one of the least favorite teams in this tournament. So
Yeah.
maybe this
Yeah.
is a little bit of a telling tale
Yeah.
for this matchup. But I feel like Granny Knockers are going to be going into this completely serious. They're going to
Yeah.
have a little bit of a more
They
of a
will be.
normal comp, especially against Bleak, which Bleak, they're the favourites.
Yeah.
They're the ones to beat.
Yeah, they're the ones that you get. It's the bragging rights as well.
Yeah.
Because even if they were to lose the tournament, if they can always go home and be like, we beat the focus team. That's what they want. That's
It's
just
focus on friends. It's focus
like
on friends.
focus and friends. Okay, yeah, but but yeah, earlier on, Skelp were happy that they got 9 rounds off of it. Like very happy, like ecstatic.
Yeah.
And so from that idea and knowing Granny Knockers being the loudest team that we have of the Valorant team, I'm hoping that they come out with something because of that, and I say hoping a lot because I'm on very much full of hope, very much full of hope.
I
And I
feel
want to
like
try and
it's a
get
little
something.
bit too late
It's
for some hope.
one of them's gonna one day
half
one of these
seven.
games is gonna happen, right? I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna be rewarded for having the hope and whatever the underdog is.
Rewarded
Anyway,
for the dedication. Okay, okay.
we're getting a bit off. We're getting a bit off track here. So let's get into the actual game. Bind.
Bind, let's go.
Bind,
I
again.
want to see Raze. We're going to probably see Jam back on the Raze for the side
Yep.
of Bleak. We saw them playing it on Lotus.
Mhm.
Great. Space Taken as well.
Yep.
Probably going to see a Killjoy possibly, or a Cypher. Maybe even a Viper coming in for the side of Bleak for Lime.
Mhm.
Not Lime.
Lime.
Lime, yeah.
Yeah, but probably let's be honest, it's going to be a bit different from what Granny's Knockers did on the last map, the last time on Bind. Yeah.
Okay, if I see the same comp from Granny Knockers,
You'd be surprised. The
I'm going to be
lost,
upset.
yeah, the 3 duelist, the neon.
I'm
Then
gonna be
again,
upset.
it's like got a heater on the neon, so maybe
The neon,
give it a try.
I'm not too annoyed at the neon. I just, if you
And the
go
Phoenix
no, the Phoenix is okay on their own.
and the run. Yeah.
But
well,
when you're adding 3 duelists in, you're taking Deadlock and you're taking Harbor.
it was a bit
It
of
makes
a rogue one.
there's a lot to be desired
Yeah.
when you're talking about anything coming up against a more of a standard, more meta comp that realistically Bleak are going to
Yeah.
run.
Yes. We'll probably see that though. Of course, we're just waiting to get into the game and get things set up. This will be the final game for this evening, so Valorant very quick. We're not on a late one tonight. We are tomorrow though, so we'll be on all day. We've got best of threes tomorrow, lower bracket, upper bracket. Like we've mentioned a few times, this is just playing for seeding, so no one goes home. There's no risk to anyone. So some teams have taken that as alright. We're going to go storm through everybody. Some teams have been a bit more relaxed. Some teams are a bit chilled out. Some have been passionate. It's been a strange vibe. It's been something slightly different because there's no risk to it. No one is going to go home. So I think tomorrow it'll be a lot more competitive.
There is no risk, but there's a lot of rewards.
Yeah.
So
So you
if
got a buy a lion. You get a lion tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
you get a lion tomorrow morning. Is that not enough to
Yeah.
make these teams want to like try the hardest at? But like when you're talking about it, they're playing for that buys, right?
Yeah.
They're playing for the buy. The higher seed you can get, realistically the easier games that you should get, because you'll be playing
Yeah.
against lower seeded, and you should have a better run through the upper bracket.
Should is the
Should.
is the key one there. But I'm all for upsets. I'm all for I've painted myself as the one that likes to hope today, and I hope that if you take anything away from my personality, I'm hoping that that's what you get.
Now that makes me sound toxic and negative.
No,
all the
you're
time.
no,
I'm
you're
just being
the thing
real.
is right. The thing is I don't have the prior knowledge of knowing all the teams and all the. I've never been to Epic before. This is my first showing here, so I don't know everyone. I don't know all the
How are you
ins and
enjoying
outs.
Epic?
It's been fun. It's
Yeah.
been good. It's been strange because it's not at the same place, so it's a slightly
Yeah.
different setup for
But
everybody.
you wouldn't
So
know the old one though, would you?
yeah, but I've watched it and
Yeah, but you've
and I
watched
came in
it.
expecting something different, and we have our own.
Yeah.
We have like our own room and stuff. This is like it was. I wasn't expecting to have our own room and be chilling out. And to our right just now you'll be able to see it, but that's actually our producer's bed. He's sleeping in this room. So it's
We
a
we
strange
did
setup.
have cast rooms at one of the epics, because
Oh.
you haven't, I can't even describe what the hall was like. You'd have the hall,
Yeah.
and then above the hall was like where the caster rooms were, with
Okay.
the on-site sleeping was, and like some of the side rooms. So we did have that at one point, but then we also did do it. The
Yeah.
most recent epic, we were kind of like in little pods.
Yeah.
In the admin area, but I love that more. I love that so much more than kind of like the studio setup, because you could literally hear people screaming.
I think I prefer. I think I prefer that as well. I think it's a very strange feeling when you're up here kind of doing this. Also, it is. Then again, actually, I was gonna say it's really hot, but then I just remembered how hot it was downstairs earlier.
Yeah.
So hot, it's crazy. You can see the shine on my face just up here, but downstairs it's ridiculous.
It's a healthy glow up here. Downstairs it's like buckets of sweat. Some people just look like they cannot deal with the heat because it's so warm down there. You walk in and you feel like you're abroad. You know, like when you step off a plane in Spain and it just like the dry heat hits you. It's like that when you walk into the LAN area downstairs. So I'm very happy we're up here with the door open, nice breeze coming in, and a nice view of the racetrack as well.
Yeah, exactly, because we're at Wolverhampton racetrack, or racecourse if we call it that. So it's slightly different, very nice view. It's a lot different. By the way, we're not just talking and it's not a podcast here. We're just waiting on the players to get in.
We could do a podcast. Sorry.
We could. To be fair, I feel like the casters is like ingrained in us that we can just kind of talk and talk
Wafflers.
and talk. Yeah, because of tech stuff and that. To be fair, this is actually more on the players. I think they're just getting set.
Yeah, players. Get in the lobbies, guys.
Yeah,
please.
Granny Snockers like to take their time. The game start is imminent. is the words that have been used there. They were just about to go into the lobby. We won't keep you waiting too much longer. I can see my observer across from me celebrating, so I think that indicates that we are tantalisingly close to going in. I think
We're very, 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 very close to that.
I can hear it. I can hear it.
The sound, the glorious sound of the agent select. Let's get into it. And already a little bit more of a normal comp coming out, at least getting hovered by Granny Knockers. I was talking about the Viper we're using as a sentinel. Yes, she is a controller, but on this map, the amount of lurkers that you can put in towards the A short or towards cutting A side completely. I do want to see this paired with another smoker, possibly a brimstone from the... Yeah, there we go. So Gogs is on that brimstone, getting away from that Phoenix. And it looks like Jay is going to be the one that's left to go onto the duelist. A bit more of a surprising pick for me here, since from previous teams he has been playing more of that support sentinel smokes role. But from the side of Bleak, we have a Yoru. Love that from your boy Lewis. Jamie on the smokes, as always. Waddle with the Sky Jam, then on the Raze. But we have a Breach, so we don't actually have a Sentinel for the side of Bleak. So we have double Initiator and double Duelist.
Yeah, so like you highlighted, a lot more in tune of what we would expect for Bind. Not 3 duelists and just sending it down the middle and hope for the best. It's like what we've seen last time, so I imagine it's going to be a bit more serious and a bit more locked in. Final game, focus or I always say focus. This is the issue. Me reading the wrong thing here. Bleak.
Well, it does say focus.
I know, it's because it's all their names.
Friends,
it's like one of those.
right?
It's what it is. Focus and Friends is their unofficial team name, is what we're calling them. But Bleak is their official name here. So. Like like we were kind of mentioning, I think that this is their chance to just block out the day really and finish it off. And Granny's Knockers, they just want to try and end on something positive and have something taken the weekend. That we landed a few punches on them.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing. So I still believe that this is a mismatch of skill in regards to one team is very much favoured.
Yep.
But when we're talking about the last game, I don't think there's going to be that sort of allowing.
Yep.
Or specific trolling necessarily. The fun rounds, right? We saw like full judge rounds, we saw full push round, like full classics, we saw full Odins. I don't think we're going to see that sort of trolling or leeway given by Bleak to Granny Knockers, because by all means, Granny Knockers, their players as themselves are great. We have Radiance, we have like high ranked players, and we also have players that have that team experience. But when we're talking about Bleak, you have that high rank as well, but you also have a lot more team experience and also the player experience in themselves, along with the people that they're playing with.
Yes, they're a very strong team. I think that is really what you're getting at there. But
they're not going to be giving those 3 rounds away, because Granny Knockers will take advantage of it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they are good players. They can't just run in with pistols, right?
Yeah.
If they try something as ballsy as that, it's just going to get absolutely shut down by Granny Knockers, or at least it should be.
It should be.
So we shouldn't see it. So hopefully I won't get proven wrong and they do go classics only or something in one random round. But no, it is favoured for Bleak, but Granny Knockers definitely have a little bit of oomph to them.
They do. They've shown flash of it. We've mentioned a few times that they're still the only game to go to overtime today. So earlier on with Control. So they've got the legs for it. Let's see if they can put up something against Bleak and get things started here.
Yeah, it looks like we're setting up for a default as well from the side of Granny Knockers on this attack in half. The first pistol round. Util expanded towards mid. It's going to be seen from Fountain, so they're going to be aware of these players possibly pushing down. Jam, they're ready with that. Paint shells. Trying to do some chip damage towards the long players, but it's still just a 5v5. Only chip damage done and utility expended. No space is actually gathered for Granny Knockers at all.
Yeah, very much a just feel each other out moment. No one really activating aggression very early on, just kind of tentative, slow, figuring out what each other is going to kind of get up to, where they're going to focus from. No one really want to move at all, really. Down to the last minute already, and we've not really seen much other than I feel like the damage either way. But Jam, you know what? He's going to start things up. Double kill.
And that's the spike down as well. The information is going to be there, but I just love the fact that they have not left this A site since the TP is available to them, but also the spike in hand is going to be walking back towards this mid section, and if Counter can get a kill here, it would open up so much. The Jam is just pushing. 3 for himself so far in this round.
1 enemy remaining.
And the spike down now, but they have to be aware of where Counter's coming from. Since they did shoot out of this Cypher Cameron right at the start. Doesn't matter if Lewis is aware, Counter's going to be connecting that crisp headshot.
Trying to go back and forward. Jam though, going to just come round and make sure they finish it off with the 3k, maybe 4k actually. Not 100% sure. Was it 4? 3?
4.
4. There you go. See,
oh, how dare Lewis steal the ace?
How dare.
Honestly. But no.
Yeah.
That's not just only 4 kills, but 4 points going towards the ultimate, the showstopper.
Yeah.
Especially on this defense, maybe given the possibility of a site push coming in from Granny Knockers, having that showstopper can immediately stop any sort of site exec. And he's already halfway there in 1 round.
Yep. And that's the bonus of getting so many kills in one run. Not just the fact that you win the round out, but yeah, you get so much to your ultimate, it's always good to start things off. And again, slower start here, as things just kind of feeling each other out. There's not really much happening, a little bit of the early utility sent.
This is the Viper wall that I was talking about, how being able to look at. So,
yeah.
Especially when they're playing more of a B setup right at the start, they can put that Viper wall down, leave one player to look up into that Lamp's position. Yes, Jamie's playing there now with the judge, unfortunately, for anyone who does try and do it. But either way, it's going to be a kill in favor of Jamie. J down on the count. That satchel is not taking them anyway.
The swing from Stike though stifled as Jamie finds himself another on lane with one onto Gogs on the other side, but it boils all the way down to a win for Bleak. Very quick piece of action back and forward, finishes it off, and that's 2 rounds in a row for them.
I don't think there was much lost by them either, because other than that judge and a sheriff, because 2 of the people weren't on rifles or specters going into that round, so they're going to be able to buy up a little bit to support the rifles around them. So you have 2 bulldogs and that specter, and then along with those 2 sheriffs coming in from Jamie and Lime. It's not too bad. Your smokes player with the sheriffs and your breach. They're the ones that you're wanting to be setting up or playing for information, and you're going to be looking towards Waddle, Jam, and Lewis to take these entry gunfights to try and get their mana count in their favor. But Jamie's just has something else to say about it. He's just going to be walking into the smoke. Sheriff onto Crab with that Vandal.
Yeah, it was a bit of a risk to go through the smoke and shut down as Gogs finds one as well. Jamie with another with the Sheriff.
He's going to be able to pick up
J
this
this
Vandal.
time. 3 versus 4 now. 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. And Jam sending the bomb bot out just to try and find them around the corner. There is one on the other side, but it goes past anyway. Gogs is going to be unfound and completely unanswered. Gets himself a double kill from nowhere. And now 3 versus 2, minute left. And it's looking like Granny Knockers could have a chance at this, but Jamie finds counter and evens up the score. 2 each side of this round.
And on the information, because he is in short, is going to be that they're planting towards backside, and now they're boxed in towards the CT position. CT and Lamps is the only place that they can be.
1 enemy remaining.
6 bullets in his gun.
We got 5.
That's all he needs.
That is all you need. 3 kills on the round for Gogs and a win for Granny's Knockers. They get
Never count out the underdog.
Yeah, and especially after the start, the Bleak start to that round for Granny Knockers, you have Jamie walking into a smoke, taking off your Viper player who had a full Vandal with just a Sheriff, then upgrading the weapon, getting another kill with a Sheriff, getting another kill with a Vandal. It's made it so costly for them. But going into it, they're still going to be able to buy up some rifles, maybe a little bit of missing utility you can see from some of these players, and some half shields. it's not that big of an issue. If they can keep getting these opening picks from the side of Bleak.
They could try. 3 members sent straight through the middle and aggression onto B very early on. As Jay puts the pressure down, peppering some shots in, and wanders in towards that. Smoke doesn't realise that Jamie is lying and lurking. And Jam is also going to be dealt with as well as Gogs finds that one. 3 versus 4. Gogs with another inside of this round. And your boy Lewis is going to find it. And look at this. Bleak, they're going to find themselves the 3rd round.
I quite like those spikes mid-site. You're smoking either side of well, the tube on mid-side B, and being able to play around those and play in them as well has netted multiple kills.
Yeah.
Yes, they were traded back and forth, but the initial kill and the opportunity to get out, right? Obviously, the spam came through onto Gogs there, who got that kill onto the opposition Brim, onto Jamie. The spam from CT was just there already.
Yeah.
But it could have netted him a kill and a get out of jail free card if the CT rotates weren't in that fast, but they've been very timely from the side of Bleak.
There's your favourite Viper wall up again. Same thing.
I wouldn't say it's my favourite one.
Well, yeah, one of them. Yeah, well, okay, it's up there definitely. Crab sneaks up.
Yeah.
And pops up into that angle and waits for an opportunity to get himself in a gunfight, but your boy Lewis has wandered in the showers and found himself a 2-piece.
I think he was blind as well, getting that kill on the side there, but Water's going to be saying, John Lewis, if you can do it, I can do it too. Picking up 2 for himself in that round frame with these eco frags, and another kill fully blind for Lewis there.
Yeah, Bleak seem to be in the driver's seat here. Yeah, it's like it's not.
I wouldn't.
So far, I think they're looking pretty good.
No, they're looking absolutely amazing, but also Granny Knockers, they're not looking bad.
Yes, it's not like in the previous games. There's certainly a chance, I think, if Crab and Jay can start to kind of pull their weight a little bit more, we might see something from them. But is that my hope speaking again, you think?
I think they just need a little bit of time to warm up into this. The Viper and the Raze, they still have time, but given the way that they're playing it, some of these rounds have been very close. Whether that's on the back of one player from Grinding Knockers or multiple. Oh, not this is so horrible. The combination of the stun, the ultimate, and, well, there's nothing he can do there. He's body blocked into the position, but it doesn't matter. Crab's out on site getting that pick onto Jam there. The flash is coming in. Gogs on the flank, but they've just been completely wrapped by themselves. And it's a 1v1 now. How have we gone into this situation? And will Bleak still come out on top?
Your guess is as good as mine as to what happened there. That was chaos.
I'd love if we could show your face and your confusion on the stream, because that's just how I feel internally.
But I was like, what? How
your face is how I feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Confusion.
I wear my emotions on my face, and you're not gonna lie. I was very puzzled as to how that ended up in that situation. But
you
it's
have
chaos.
A 3-man flank coming in from the B push, which is great. I love the combination of the Yoru ultimate, the Brimstone ultimate, and also the stun. That was great. That netted a kill. You have 3 then pushing out of B around onto short, but then you get double wrapped by the player that started in showers. Comes down to a 1v1, fine. And they just swing, and it's just the taking of the Angels there. Well, Bleak come out on top.
It's a bit of a quieter start to the round this time.
Thankfully.
They, it gives us a minute to regather our thoughts for a sec, because it looks as though Jam's going to be the first one to start things off here. Crab just come around, gathers that information that Jam is floating around that area. He won't find anything as Crab comes out on top. Snakebite just making it a little bit of an inconvenience to take that gunfight there.
Yeah, there's also 5 ultimates available for Granny Knockers at the moment, and being able to net a kill and clear long without having to invest anything really except a dog and a molly has been great. TP's now coming all the way onto A, so I was talking about that the Viper Wolf, the Lick, has allowed counter on this Cypher to get in close to CT. That should be expected. The flash coming through, pushing them back, and the utility is just going to get dropped towards the CT positioning.
Counter tried to stop them there, but they just funneled all the way in and just couldn't deal with the aggression. The spike is down at least. Lime's going to find Crab and brings us a 3 versus 3 scenario, and inside.
They're going to have to be fast with this retake. There's the Brimstone ultimate available.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Water with a double. And it's not going to be enough for those. Gogs has found himself Jamie. And we're on a 1 versus 2. Diffuser still going down. Lime getting on it. Should cover it off here. Gogs has the Overwatch here and finish it off and does it. Clutch for Gogs.
That's why they put me in charge.
Sweaty days.
Free gun, free gun, free gun. It's the right click that comes out on top in that situation. But lovely played by Gogs. It seems he's really stepped up. We've seen him on that Phoenix earlier. Yes, you can run it down. Yes, you can flash. Yes, you can heal yourself. But when you're coming into this now, 2 of these rounds have basically been on the back of Gogs' solo plays. Whether that's playing around his team being able to smoke, but it always comes down to his kills netting them the round, whether that's the 3k or the 4k we've just had.
Yeah.
Great use of the ultimate ability, buying time.
Time to jump.
And yeah.
Good start here. Decoy goes out from Euro and Lime's going to find Jay with Crab with another. Evened it up to 4 kills. Quite Lewis as it failed. And a lot of pressure and a lot of commitment to this mid push here. Slow it down here. Lime has eventually found Crab. Dealt with that.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Seeker as well going to be coming in and showing the position, but it's a double swing coming in through Jam and Lime, and both met with cold hard steel to the face of these players. There is a Cypher ultimate, the Neural Theft, available to find out the remaining position, but it doesn't matter. He knows exactly where he is, and it's 10 HP. And he's still being able to win because the flash goes too deep from the side of Waddle.
Well, that's a couple of back-to-back rounds there for Granny's Knockers to get themselves a few. And it looks as though there is at least a little bit of fire beneath them to maybe bring things down to a better scenario to kind of even it up a little bit. Maybe I think is it too early for me to start on my hope train?
Can I be devil's advocate though?
Go for it.
We've had 3 rounds. None of them have involved good team play.
Yeah.
We've had 2 rounds from Gogs in the clutches, and then also Counter being able to pull that out of the bag. Realistically, in what, a 4v1?
Yeah. Yeah, that can.
It's great to see for side of Granny Knockers, but focus.
Oh.
Lewis is just going to be going again 2 for his troubles. So traded back out by Jay. They're going for the flash and lucky timing, but still able to net them a man advantage. That shotgun shot now cleared by Jay. They're going to know exactly what gun is waiting for them, and they should be backing off now. Over towards this B side. Look where Counter is as well. So he's taken all of long. He's scaled up long. The only thing they have to worry about is Hooker. But since we can see, Bleak is all the way towards A.
Yep.
Does Counter know this?
Very, very big rotate. B seems to be where they could be sneaking in from. Lime still trying to aggress in towards Showers and deal with the Viper that lurks on the other side. This Crab just trying to test and still show at least a little bit of face. But it seems as though this guy is aware of that flank coming around towards B as Jam
if
trades
Waddle
out.
can kill Jay.
Oh.
Not a kill, but a lot of damage. They're going to have to be aware of Counter already here. There you go. The flash onto side to stop that push, and the swing onto Counter is 5 HP on Jay, and no, Waddle. Lovely timing on that rotate as well.
Yep.
Aware as well of Counter. Well, realistically, if your Sky's walking outside, there's probably a Cypher nearby, especially on that Luke roll there. So the knowledge, the game knowledge, then to flash out to side, make sure he can't get pushed from the side player, swing, kill Counter, and well, you've already put him down on his
Spider
left.
senses were tingling there, I think. Yeah, you just think, there's no one else here. So I'll maybe go for that rotate and just check B there from Waddle. It works out, pays off. 6-3. As Bleak, they slow Granny's Knockers down after they look to get a little bit of momentum. They're stopped at least now. Lime flashed out into the mid, so Waddle's opening up this round onto Jay. And back and forward, Waddle himself the second. Will do that for his third. Gogs failed. I mean, our 2 versus 5 scenario. That minute mark approaching just now.
Yeah, it's a 5v4. There's a little bit of chip damage done onto Waddle. Doesn't matter. Jamie is going to be closing this out. It's an eco round for them. If they can keep this flawless, that will be absolutely lovely. Only going to have to be rebuying armor and a little bit of utility. So they're building up the economy back up as well. We saw a few rounds going in the opposite way for the side of Bleak, which yes, it was putting them down onto a little bit less of a buy. But they're building the economy back up now. That's fine. And we've got 2 rounds left, so they should be able to buy throughout the last 2 rounds, whether they win the next one or not. On the other hand, Granny Knockers, they've reset the economy, so they're going to be only on a 2-round loss bonus. If they lose this one as well, they should be able to buy
this goes here.
Rifles in the next, but it might be with the loss of utility, loss of shields and stuff like this.
Since
they have the
Oh.
It depends how many they lose and how much utility it costs them to lose, or if they win.
Yeah.
I still believe they can win.
Granny's knockers there have managed to sneak just into sight there, completely bypass the hold inside the shower, and they're getting the plant down now. As Jay opens up this round onto Jamie, Stike with another onto Lewis, and shuts this down as they now re-enter the retake situation. It's in favour of Granny's knockers now, with 2 members left alive for Bleak to try and clutch this one up.
Yeah, it's really nice side tags coming in from Granny Knockers. Lewis going for a bit of a cheese play with the ultimate, but Waddle's going to be able to connect with one shot. Information on counter now on that cypher.
Last player standing.
1 versus 2. Now the Brimstone of Lame to try and clutch it, and Team Ace will come through as Granny's knockers they find that round on what was a great execute through the mid there.
Yeah, I really like that execute. They were able to see the fact that Lewis was in his ult, was going around mid-site, played anti-flash as well, through using their own Lurk Viper wall, which was great from the side. I think it was Stike that did that. Yes, you might not be protecting your planter necessarily, but playing that anti-flash, you're able to swing out to stop them from killing your planter, right? When they're coming out of that Yoru ultimate. But it's 7-4. Yes, Bleak have technically won this half, but if they can make it an 8, it would be good for them. But the ultimate from the side of Granny Knockers is so strong. If they can make this a 7-5, we've got a real game on our hands.
We certainly do. Stike starts to feel the pressure coming down towards them, and the push will come from Lime, who does hunt them down. But Gogs comes out on top anyway. Waddle with one to Jay, and Crab as well on the other side with the immediate refrag. Lewis is now just lurking towards B. The neural theft has come through.
The Viper's already put down on, so the ultimate is gone.
One enemy remaining.
And in a matter of seconds, it's gone from a 4v3 to a 3v none. And that is the 8th round on the boards. We had a neural theft, we have a Viper's pit, and yet it's still Bleak that come out on top.
Well, showstopper, close it out as well.
Yeah. Well, it stopped the show, it stopped the half, right? Come on.
I don't know how many more of these puns I can bear.
These aren't really puns.
Well, play
on words.
Kind of, okay. Bad.
Haz is the pun person.
Yeah,
ask Hazza for puns.
Yeah.
I'm normally in your position whenever I cast with Hazza. I just look at him and sometimes just like.
Where did you even get that from? Like.
He comes up with them out of nowhere. But do you know what's coming up out of nowhere? 4 rounds to Granny Knockers and 4 well-fought rounds.
Yeah.
But also 8 rounds to the side of Bleak. Yes, we're expecting a scoreline like this, but the rounds that Bleak have had, they've had to fight tooth and nail for some of them.
Yeah.
But also from a deficit as well sometimes in these man counts, where it is going to be their attacking half now. And it's going to be 5 players towards this long position.
Yep, pistol round, of course. Back and forward, aggression coming out very early. Line finds counter, and Gogs is immediately onto that one to get the refrag, and Lewis as well onto Gogs. Back and forward we go. Aggression all over the place. Jamie now getting the plant down, make sure they get the spike dumped onto the ground. Spike back and forward with Waddle finds that kill.
No charges left.
It is now reset a little bit of quiet before the storm of these retakes. Jam going to be able to pick up one. Both CT players out now, and the last is Jay in hooker. All the information's there. The right click's not working in his favor. Neither is the molly from Jamie. But it doesn't matter. He can't be in that corner, guys.
Yeah, not ideal situation, and I think he's just going to swing around. Jamie comes on top anyway. Attackers of Bleak won that one out, and it's 9-4 on the score now.
Maybe it was the mental game. He was playing the mental game, like.
Yeah, I'll just send that.
Send a molly in a corner.
It's even funnier because obviously he announces that it's a molly and then just completely misses it. That's the best part about it. Yeah, molly, yeah. Oh.
The voice lines, I do love the voice lines, but
it works.
Both pistols now in favour of Focus and Friends, aka Bleak.
Yep.
So realistically, we should be looking at a 10-4 half, and not 10-4 half, 10-4 scoreline. Sorry.
Yeah.
Based off the pistol round win. And looking at the buy that they brought in, they've got Guardians as well and some Vandals. If they can save these weapons over, we can be looking at an 11-4.
Yeah, we could be. I was about to say that was good. It feels like it was going to be an aggressive round, but if no one moved in the middle range, eventually it does explode in a plethora of gunfights. As Jamie finds 2, Waddle with another, and look, it's just all falling apart all the way down to a 1 versus 2 scenario for Jay to try and clutch this one up for Granny's knockers.
The spike is by his feet, but still a costly round. I was talking about saving some of these weapons, and well, you can still save that Vandal and the Bulldog, but it's not as fortunate as you'd hope going in with such a strong buy. We had what? Bulldog, Spectre, Vandal. We had some Frenzies as well. Very scrappy gunfights on short, favouring Granny Knockers realistically in that position. You have those lesser weapons, and being able to go in with a Frenzy and net 3 kills for yourself along with the Sheriff. I wouldn't be too annoyed if I was Granny Knockers right now. Yes, they're on 10 point. It's 10-4.
Who's the hope now? Huh? We've switched a little bit.
I'm being realistic. It's not hope. It's realism, okay? But the stun, the TP, absolute perfect timing. Look at that coordination. Lewis is going to be able to pick up that kill onto Crab. Nothing to say, but Counter's going to get one through the smoke.
Just a spray and a pray, and it gets a benefit out of that. His counter is eventually dealt with. Lewis was the one at the end of that, and Jam with another onto Jay. A lot of J's in this lobby. 2 versus 4. In favour of Bleak just now. Worrell collecting the life of Gogs, leaving Stike in a 1 versus 4 to try and clutch this one up. Flash out though. Goodbye Lewis dealt with, and Lime finishes it off for Bleak.
All those flashes. 3 flashes in quick unison.
Yeah.
Okay, 11-4. They forced into their bonus rounds.
Yeah.
3-0 now in the half. Without even talking about the fact that it is 11-4, when you're going looking at 3-0 in the half, that's not good. Something's gone wrong. They haven't been able to close out the round realistically that they should be winning. Right?
Yeah.
You have a lower buy coming in from the side of Bleak. Granny Knockers then just getting taken advantage of realistically from the stun coming in from Lime and also the flash from Lewis and the TP to get basically upping their phase. They have nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
Traded up weapon, then not into backside, and it's just boxed like a fish basically on site. And then they can play for the retake.
Yeah, and that feeds into this round here. Of course, all 5 rifles on Bleak's side. Granny's knocked off a couple of judges just to try and slow this down, but it looks like a very quick execute from Bleak, so we're trying to send it all the way in towards Bleak and get this done very quickly. Dimensional drift coming through from Lewis as he just manoeuvres around that map. Spike is down, Crab with 1, Gogs with another. Crab is immediately traded out, and it's back and forward fight to try and just win this control inside the B.
Last player standing.
It is a retake that comes in very fast, very messy, but it is a plethora of guns. You have judges in the mix, you had stingers, you had vandals, you had all of the above. And also a lot of utility, a lot of interesting utility from both teams. You have some TPs going through from the side of Bleak, catching some of the enemies off guard. But it is a round on the board for Granny Knockers. Still 6 rounds difference. And like I said, it's only a matter of a couple of gun rounds. Reset some of the economy because Bleak are going to be on the favoured here. If they can get this win now, Granny Knockers should be on that ego. Because of the round win, they've reset that loss bonus. They're going to be going deep in their pockets for some funds next round.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out just now as they stack up towards that A side. Fully push just now, it's changing things around. Bleak went for Beal, who's last time, and this time they're going to try change it up a little bit. Back and forward gunfights, the 2 versus 5 scenario as Lime finds counter. Worrell on to J. Granny's knockers are boiled all the way down to just Stike in a 1 versus 3, and there's so much action happening here.
Almost. I saw that clip. I saw that lineup going through.
Yeah.
It was a wallbang that came in to end it, but look at that match point. We're at 12-5 for the last match of the day. Bleak wanting to continue their winning streak, not wanting to let anyone take too many rounds off them, or well, their flawless run so far through Epic. They have something to prove.
I don't know if I would say there's something to prove. I think
okay, they have something to defend.
yeah, I think that's probably the better.
Realistically, yeah. When we're coming into this, we're expecting okay, Bleak should win 2-0 everyone when we're getting into the playoffs.
I think so. I think so.
You have to defend that. Yeah, you have to defend that.
Oh yeah, 400%. Seekers go out, try and find some information. Crab in the corner with the judge swings round. Doesn't matter anyways, he's dead and buried. Spike Carrier is also killed off, and we're in a 2 versus 3 situation. A minute and 25 seconds. And very quick starts to these rounds here. So of course it is a match point. Bleak are poised to win this one.
I
out.
think they're
Should
aware of what. Okay, now they are.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
all the
Surely
peak.
now.
Earn the kill.
Gogs.
Standing.
That was an interesting 1-2.
It is still a 1 versus 2. Not the worst positions we've seen Jamie in before.
Nope.
Seen on multiple teams at LAN. Now repping the focus name for this one. And Bleak. Bomb in hand. 50 seconds to play with. Looking like he's going to try and isolate a 1v1 before trying to get this plant in. He has no information on this raise.
Nope, not a clue where anyone is. Heads into showers, still moving around. Counter still on this pixel.
The camera on B, they know he has to be A. He can't be out B with the traps and the
down.
camera as
30
well. Like,
seconds
he
left.
has to be A.
Yep.
They have all the information.
Counter goes on the
even
hunt a
more.
little bit.
Last player
Can't win it out
standing.
as Jamie comes out on top for that gunfight. Now it's a 1 versus 1. We're approaching the last 15 seconds of this round. What's the player? And it's Jamie to finish it off. Bleak, they take this map and they
Attackers
take
win.
this series. 13-5.
Who's the old dog now? Never had a doubt.
How did he do that?
Why is that the round that they win? I'm very happy that
Yeah.
that is a round that is clutched up, but why is that the round
Wow.
that is the one that seals their fate as the undefeated team?
Yep.
A lovely 1v2 by Jamie there,
Yep.
isolating that 1v1. And, well, the swing out of the smoke is a little bit unexpected for the opposition race.
Yeah, just didn't think it was gonna happen. Didn't think it.
If you don't know what you're doing, your enemies don't know either. But I'm sure Jamie did know what
Love
he was
that.
doing, swinging it out, catching the rays off
Yeah.
guard, and, well, great.
Great end to the
round.
night. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the end to the night as well. So that's us all done. We've had a relatively short day compared to the rest of them. Of course, we've still got some streams going on. So we've got CS going late into the evening. We only had our 7 teams. It was just for seeding today, so everyone's through to tomorrow. Everyone's happy. But Bleak with a really great performance, top in the group. Of course, they'll be happy getting their bye, getting their extra lion in the morning. And Gosu Girls right at the bottom. They've yet to get themselves a win.
But
But
they had a lot more rounds in the most
Yeah.
recent match.
Oh yeah.
So they were able to they were able to capitalize on the trolling and
Yeah.
the throwing slightly of the enemy team, but
Yeah.
there's something there, okay? We're seeing it, and
Yeah.
it's coming out in more rounds. Than
The good thing is they get a chance at best of 3s and not.
Yes.
There's a lot of time where you'll enter a LAN and you won't get a chance to play best of 3. You'll go out before and you'll just end up in best of 1s. Best of 3s are completely different. They're a completely different kettle of fish. So we'll get into that tomorrow though. You know, I think that is there anything else you want to add before we head off for the night, before we hit the bar and all that?
Oh, already talking about him, but I'm ready.
The
I'm
bar.
ready, guys. No,
Go
it's been absolutely amazing casting with you.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
happy, and you're doing amazing for Val, and I hope you're enjoying it.
Stressed, not
Epic.
gonna lie. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Yeah, I'm very stressed.
Yeah, it's your-
I've consumed so much Val. Genuinely, it's been like hyper beamed into my skull for the last month,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's like blank.
Have you learned anything of Val today?
I have.
Okay, what's your favorite thing that you've learned?
my favorite
that
thing
has to be about Val.
about Val?
Yeah, that like.
I've learned what Astra does because I did a full breakdown, and you'll notice from my sheet
you
that
know who
Astra
Astra-
was the one I added at the end because I didn't see much Astra in the stuff I was watching. I
okay,
was like, I
okay.
don't need to. And then
Do you know her ability names?
I know some of them. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Look at me. Test. What is her like suck ability? What is that? The official
No, wait a
name for
minute.
it?
It's Gravity Well.
Okay, and then the concuss one,
Don't know that one.
the wall, her ultimate.
There was Astral Form. I know that.
No, astral form is what she has to go into to place all her
Oh,
stars in the
I don't know.
cosmic divide.
Cosmic. That's
Cosmic
the one.
divides.
Listen, I'm new. I'm fresh. I've learned as much. Like I say, I've learned much.
But you
and-
got one.
Got one. I got one.
I'll test you again tomorrow.
Test me again.
Yeah.
I'm going to study tonight after the bar. Or at the
After
bar.
the
Anyway,
Okay.
we're going to close it out. I've had fun. It's been exciting. Thank you very much for joining me, Winter. Thanks to Affinity for joining me. Also, it was good to have Panda and Middle earlier on, who were our earlier casters. Go hit Twitter or X, if you want to call it that. Are we calling it that
Don't
now?
talk. No,
Call
that
it
sounds
Stuck on
so
Twitter.
dodgy. It
so
sounds
weird.
so dodgy. Just call it Twitter, please.
Yeah, go follow them. Go follow everybody. Keep up to date with that. Jump across the
Follow
CS.
Epic Land.
We will see you tomorrow for more Valorant. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Hello, Overclockers. Welcome. Screw this. Where's EPIC when you need him?